Now, what about having an eye for this? How much is art? How much is science as far as creating a natural-looking smile?
I think a dentist needs to have the innate ability to look at a smile and determine what's wrong with it and how it can be bettered. Now, I personally have looked at literally thousands and thousands of smiles to try and figure out what makes a smile attractive.
Yeah, what does? What does?
Well,
in your mind?
In my mind, a person's teeth have to smile when the patient smiles.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, you know, let's say you have a 100-pound, 5'2" woman.
Okay.
We want to make her teeth more feminine. And we want to make the teeth, when she smiles, we want to see the teeth go up in the back of her, in the back of her smile. So we're allowing the teeth to rise. Now, in that case,
so not just straight across.
Not just straight across.
Kind of flowing.
Exactly.
Interesting.
On the other hand, if we have a 6'6", 250-pound truck driver, having the feminine teeth, the smaller feminine teeth, and having them go up in his smile may be totally wrong for what he is.
Okay.
So in his case, he may need the squarer teeth, and you know, and also depending on how his lips rise. So you can't just paint everyone with the same brush. You have to look at their face.
Is that going on, you think, out there?
Oh, absolutely.
So not every cosmetic dentist is doing it the same way?
No, absolutely not. And again, a lot of it has to do with pairing up with a laboratory, because there has to be a communication between the laboratory. Now, I'm lucky enough so that I have my laboratory right next door to me.
Okay.
So what I can do is I can pick up the phone and I can have a laboratory technician in my office.
So behind the scenes, how does that affect the patient outcome? Having the lab right there. I mean, not having it right there, what does that mean?
Well, in my case, I can pretty much guarantee that my patient is going to walk out of the office when we cement those crowns happy.
Okay.
The laboratory is literally at my beck and call.
So normally, how is it done? They're sent out.
Well,
out of state somewhere.
If you're not lucky enough to have a laboratory next door, they can be sent out of the state. I've heard laboratories being used out of the country. Even if we're downtown Chicago and we're going to use a laboratory in the suburbs, there's still going to be a lag time as far as delivering cases, and also the having them be impersonal, and not knowing the patient. You know, I can actually bring the laboratory technician into my office and meet the patient, see the smile. Because usually, if you're taking an impression on someone, you're sending an impression. They just see this model of a patient. You know, now they can put together not only the patient's smile, but the patient's skin tones,
okay,
the patient's eye color. There's a lot more that goes into creating the color of the teeth than just saying this patient needs white teeth.
Are you a perfectionist when it comes to creating these smiles?
I think you have to be a perfectionist as a dentist. I know I am. I know that every case that I deliver, I always feel like I can do something better, even my perfect cases.
Do you think it's more art than science?
I think there's a lot of art involved in it, but I think as a dentist we have to respect the science part of it too.
Okay.
Because in some ways, a patient is going to ask you for the perfect smile. They're going to ask you for, you know, they're going to come in with Jessica Alba's smile, or you know, a picture of a movie star.
Like Julia Roberts.
Like Julia Roberts, exactly. And I've actually had Julia Roberts come in.
Is that right?
Well, not her, but I've had a patient bring in a photo of Julia Roberts. I want that smile. And in some ways, and I'm going to use a technical term, form dictates function.
Okay.
So what that means is, if a patient has something wrong with their bite or the way they chew, I have to give them teeth that work. And if I give them Julia Roberts teeth, and when they close their mouth, they're banging together, and we've got porcelain flying everywhere. You know, we have to give them pretty teeth, but they have to work for that patient.